But the game is live. Our eighth game.
Our 8th game.
Yeah, 8th game of the night.
8th game of the day. The game before the last game. The game after the 7th game. Yeah. And it is ViBe.
Man, I must say that sounded really weird in my mind because it's like 7 and then 7 and it's like 8. Wait, that makes no sense. So it's just like the 8th game.
What are you even saying?
You understand? It's like
no, I don't.
6, and then it will be like the 6th game.
Understands.
No, listen. Like if you have like 5 games, like the 5th, 6th game, 6th, 7th, 7th, and then 8th. 8. It's the same, you know? Nothing changes.
It's not the same.
Why is it not the same?
8th.
So it's not the same?
No, it's a TH.
Ah.
E-I-G-H-T-H.
Okay, but you said it like 8. 8.
8.
8. 8. I'm really confused now, man.
8 and 8. It's the same.
Well, the way you said it just now, it kind of sounds the same.
Sorry, bro. Sorry to do that to you. Down here in the bottom left-hand corner of Cloud Kingdom, the blue Terran player who is on a tear. Taking out Pig, taking out Alive, and now up against ViBe, it is Complexity's Heart. And, of course, the aforementioned Zerg player up in the top right, the red Zerg player representing Team Root.
Yes.
Best player in America, it's ViBe.
2 players who are currently carrying the Gauntlet on their own server, Hard carrying the Gauntlet on the Korean server and ViBe carrying it on the North American one. I really hope that it does work, that ViBe starts off next week, because I think that makes sense. If he goes out of the show and carries the Gauntlet, shouldn't he be the first one in the next show too? And imagine if he kills 9 people in a row.
I would not have any issue with that.
No. I think we should.
ViBe just wins every American game.
Yeah. If ViBe wins like the next 18 on a row, well, that's some good money. ViBe gets like $1,600 of the regular season of the Gauntlet.
Wins the $1,000 match at the end.
ViBe is like, hey, I like that off-season, guys. Go to hell with Season 4, more off-season action. So I'm curious to see, man, what ViBe is going to do. You casted him quite a bit yesterday with Andre. Is there anything that has changed from the ViBe as we know him?
Come on, man. We know ViBe pretty well. He's just a very solid macro-based player. Loves to use his hand speed to do lots of things and to just get ahead and to just win games. Played some really cool ZVZ. Honestly, was in a position against Cats that I did not think was winnable. But
on Daybreak, right?
Yep, and was able to capitalize on a couple of Cats' mistakes and really turn that game around. So eager to see what he does here against Heart. Heart is definitely proving to be a very formidable challenge. ViBe's still gasless, so we might be seeing some of that Mass Queen play. It is very popular on this map. And in ZVT, Cloud Kingdom's kind of, you get polarizing opinions. But I think the general consensus amongst high-level players is that a Terran has a lot of trouble securing a 4th base here. So that's what I think we're going to see, a game that hinges around the 4th.
We'll see, Ben. Both refineries are going down right now in the main base of Hard. I'm very curious to see how ViBe is going to be able to hold his ground against Hard, because the way that Hard played against Pig on Ohana, I was really, really impressed with that. And of course, some people might say, well, that's what they expected. I really think that Hard played super good in that game. Like, he did almost everything right. He's going to do that same thing once more. He's going to drop a bunker over here, and there we have that lonely Hero Marine making his way across the map. ViBe is going to spot it immediately, though, with the Overlord, but he doesn't have a single.
I really like this play so much. It reminds me a lot of that QXC bunker that we made a fuss about during the regular season.
On Ohana, that was cool.
Yep, but this even serves a dual purpose because it denies that that 3rd expansion, and this is something that ViBe is going to. Ooh, Marine's out of position.
Suddenly, it's not going to be able to do something about it with only 2 links. It's very well played by Hard.
Yeah, I love this. ViBe's the kind of guy that would throw down a 3rd base at like 5 minutes and 30 seconds. And now he doesn't really have that option. He's going to have to commit units to it. So very small things that kind of, you know, make dynamic changes in the matchup.
In the previous game, we saw Hard opening up with a couple of Hellions from a reacted factory, and then also some Banshee play. It wasn't Cloak Banshee, and if we had to criticize Pig for one thing, is that he lost a couple of drones too many a few times to some Banshees. Like, he didn't lose insane amounts. It's not like a Banshee had 15 kills, but it happened 2 or 3 times that a Banshee picked off 3 or 4 drones, while it shouldn't have been a single drone, or well, maybe 1 to 2 max, but definitely not 4.
Yeah, I think the big thing that limited Pig there was his basic refusal to split up his army. Right, he always had that whole army together, and that's something that we've talked about a lot. The thing that separates really great Zerg players is that ability to say, all right, I'm going to leave 10 supply here and 10 supply there, and not have to deal with drops with my entire force.
And that's always the hardest thing to do, because you always feel like you need your entire army, and that just doesn't separate top Zergs or from the regular Zergs. It separates the absolute top players from good players. Guys like MC, they just seem to always have enough Stalkers in position to deal with drops, and Terrans don't even want to drop MC anymore, because you know that most of the time he's going to have units in position.
Look at this very interesting maneuver by ViBe. He's going to send some queens out. Also has 10 Zerglings in production. He wants to get rid of this bunker.
Whoa. Hard is going to switch it up, by the way, Ben. This time we are going to see Cloaked Banshees. I'm not sure if ViBe saw the game against Pig or not. I think he might have seen it, because I know a couple of the Root guys were watching. And I hope he's not banking on the fact that it's going to be regular Banshees. The Hellions know that the queens are out of position, so right in this moment, Hard is going to go for the run by.
And there's no Zerg link speed. All right, link speed did just finish up, but these Hellions are in the main base, and ViBe's going to have to dance with these drones if he wants to avoid taking heavy losses. So far, he's done an okay job, just basically sacrificing those 6 or 7 drones up there at the top of the base.
Oh, all those Zerglings getting roasted by those Hellions. Couple of perfect shots just again.
Incredible positioning there, and right now ViBe kicking himself for putting his spawning pool right there.
And those 2 Hellions are still alive. Now the drones are already back, but there are no more Zerglings on the map. There's not a single Zergling anymore.
Yeah, and ViBe's not making any Zerglings, Kev. He's making Spore Crawlers, so that's pretty fantastic foresight, preparing for the Banshees. And Queens do actually deal with the Hellions that were up in the main base, but ViBe's not out of the woods yet, not by a long shot.
That hero Marine, man, it still survived.
Wow.
It abandoned the bunker.
Oh, what if he kills the drone? No, he won't kill the drone. Hatch will go down.
Well, that sounded cool.
But he might actually take part in the destruction of this hatchery. Banshee making its way into the natural, and ViBe is a little bit slow to react to this.
Oh, the hatch is running not low enough. Was close.
And hatch will be saved, but Banshee with already 4 kills, 5 kills, and is just going to reposition itself and start working on this queen. So very effective harassment here from Hart in the early stages of this game.
Yeah, the layer is not ready yet, so he can't even morph an overseer. The Spore Crawler is out of production. Hart is doing this so extremely well again, Ben, and he is actually the first guy in a long time that I see that makes TVZ look kind of easy.
He's him and Tasia, Kev. They seem to have this matchup on lockdown. Banshee getting more kills, 8 drone kills, 9 Zergling run by attempted, but Hart is more than prepared for it. Even picks off the Spine Crawler in the natural expansion. Oh no, she's out of energy. And I feel like that's the end of her reign.
He did well, man. He did very well. The layer is ready right now, so we could finally see some overseers as well, even though this bench is not activating cloak yet. Now it is. He's going to start working on these queens, but there is a transfusion on one of these queens, so ViBe should be fine. And of course he could transfuse that hatchery as well if he really wants to. ViBe, yes, there we go.
ViBe has finally reached a point of stability, having the protection out, having his queens out, but just look at the income tab, Kev. He's down to 36 drones.
He just made 18 drones.
As say it, 48 drones.
He just had 18 drones in production, so he's going to be able to catch up. But Hard already has that 3rd orbital in his main base, and the 4th orbital is dropped as well, or at least 4th command center is dropped. That's crazy, man.
That is incredible. So Hart's economy is substantially better than ViBe's.
2200 minerals a minute, 11 minutes into the game.
Yeah, that's pretty disgusting.
And look at the production tab as well.
+2 melee is finishing up now for ViBe. He's also getting Baneling speed, so we might actually see one of these 3-base Baneling busts. And could it work? I mean, if he has enough Banelings, maybe. There's only a single siege tank out right now. Only a single factory producing siege tanks, so there is a possibility that ViBe could maybe do something like that, but it's going to be very, very tough. Banshee's still being active around the 3rd base of ViBe, but the queens are in position, as is the Overseer, so no damage being dealt there.
Pretty ugly supply block here by ViBe. It's going to take the full 25 seconds, and he already has 800 minerals. So that does keep very sloppy. He already has a macro hatch as well. He's going to drop an infestation pit right now. He cancelled the roach one. I'm not sure if the roach one was scouted. Maybe it's mind game. Nope. I don't think Hard is aware of that.
Hart reaching a point in the game where his economy is just astronomical, and sometimes Terran gets in these positions where they're just ahead of Zerg so much that all they have to do is just lean on Zerg, just throw units at him, and the Zerg player eventually just runs out of steam. ViBe has sort of recovered though, Kev. He's up to 63 drones.
But army supply.
Yeah, the army supply is the killer. 3 times the army of ViBe is Hart right now. 140 actual supply to 97. So
ViBe still does have a little bit of money banked up, and he's finally not supply blocked anymore, so he can spend a little bit of money, maybe with good fungals and Baneling detonations. The combination of both is of course deadly against bio. he can make something happen. We can actually see the hive going down already as well. It's pretty eager by ViBe.
And something that Hart does that I just love, Kevin, is he sends these Vikings out along the drop paths. He sent this Viking out just attack move along the same path that he'll send his medevacs. He spots a couple of overlords, he'll get those out of the way, and that's going to make his drops even more effective when he starts to send them around the map.
It is so well done. It's a small thing, but it's something that you would expect more players to do. And it's not, of course, the first time I see it, but it's smart.
No, not at all. It's not something that's unique, but it's something that's far too uncommon. Hart with a very scary push moving up towards the 4th base of ViBe, and how in the world is ViBe going to deal with this?
He does have a small upgrade advantage. He's at 2-1 currently, and 2-2 is almost ready, but Hart's army is just so much bigger. Tanks are going to siege up. This hatchery has to get cancelled. ViBe will cancel it in time. He has 6 more infestors on the way. Those are actually the first infestors. So
ViBe's going to try to counterattack down at the 3rd base of Hart. This is not going to work at all. That is a very well-positioned bunker.
Meanwhile, the pushing is still going on by Hart. A couple of fungals do land. The infestors are here. Now all the Zerglings streaming, but Hart has a pretty good split on most of his Marines.
Yep, his Marines are well split, and those siege tanks are positioned excellently. Fungals will catch and kill the Banshees. That's something, but I mean, ViBe, the real problem is he just doesn't have the fighting strength. He's down 50 supply, Kev, almost 60 army supply. Again, he is going to go in here. Lings will surround and kill very, very little, in fact. Even the siege tank living. And Hart is just looking like, this is some pretty brutal looking TVZ.
This is looking close to perfect, at least. It looks like Hart is one level above the players that he played today. He's going to drop the main base a little bit of ViBe as well after taking out that 3rd base. ViBe is getting an Ultralisk cavern, so he's going to try to make something happen. He has a couple of additional Banelings, but Hart's army and his macro is just...
Yeah, just impeccable, man. His resources have like never spiked up over 1,000. And, well, as I said, he will, for the first time in the game, get a little bit too much money. But does it really matter? He's 100 supply ahead, and he's about to catch ViBe in a very awkward spot. Oh, wow, great Baneling connections there. And ViBe actually taking a really nice fight. Still is not enough to end this push.
It's not even close. But, Ben, the adrenal glands are almost ready.
Maybe if that upgrade finishes, we can see ViBe bring it back.
Because, guys, Zerglings with adrenal glands, you have never seen anything like that. Look, if only those Lings had adrenal glands, those Marines would never survive that long.
Yeah, they would just instantly be torn to pieces. GG comes out. Hart keeps the streak alive and moves into our final game of the day. Very well played. GG from ViBe. Thanks for playing.
Yep, the North American Gauntlet holder fell to the Korean Gauntlet holder.
The Korean Gauntlet is stronger, apparently.
Maybe what kind of gauntlet do they drop? Maybe they drop a different gauntlet. What would you think? Like if Hart would walk to someone like in real life, and he looks at him and he thinks, "I'm better than you at StarCraft," and he walks and then he drops something. What kind of gauntlet do you think Hart would drop?
Probably be like a cast iron gauntlet. Like
I think maybe it would be like a gauntlet which is holding a mouse.
You know, we did a lot of traveling recently, and on the airplanes they have the in-flight entertainment. Did you happen to watch Real Steel?
No.
Damn. That just kills my next point.
Well, Ben, let's think about your next point, as we're going to have one more games for you guys. Hart is currently tied with TT1 for most wins in the Gauntlet series, but he has one more final shot. I'm not sure yet who's going to play. NA players, if you're watching and if you want to come, join in the channel. We might pick you as our final game of the day. You have a shot to play against Hart, but do you really want that shot, man?
It would be a tough one, guys. All right, final game coming up for now. That was a very short break. Stick around. Last game of the day after this.